Football is a game of inches, dedication, and hard work. But all of that pales in comparison to those who've given everything to serve this country. And that's a lesson Broadway football head coach Brad Lutz set out to teach his players 7 years ago. A lesson inspired by tragedy. Tragedy that's inspired tradition.
Get up, hit it, good. Hey, watch your shoulder now.
Coaches often use the word sacrifice, and I don't want our kids to have any kind of misunderstanding when they leave us what the word sacrifice means. It's not weight room, it's not football, it's not practice. It's a sacrifice that's given by our military every day.
September 7th, 2004. It's a day that weighs heavily on the heart of Broadway football coach Brad Lutz. It's a day he lost a friend.
My high school football coach, who I was coaching for at that time, called me over to his office. I went over and he had told me that Clarence's mom had come by and informed him of that, and that was hard. And it remains hard.
Lutz's former teammate at Verona High School, Clarence Adams, was killed during Operation Iraqi Freedom. To keep his memory alive, in 2009, Lutz began a tradition at Broadway that dedicated each game to a fallen soldier.
Army Corporal Daryl Linder is from North Carolina.
1 year into the tribute, the team began honoring one of their own.
You know, I just thought Bucky was out of harm's way. I guess I was naive about that. I just thought, you know, he was safe. It's the worst nightmare a parent can ever go through.
On June 12, 2010, a roadside bomb killed Brian Bucky Anderson. He was a 2004 Broadway graduate, an all-district football player and wrestling state champ. Each season, Bucky and Clarence are honored, and this summer, Coach Lutz took the seniors to Arlington National Cemetery, where the players picked the others.
You know, there's over 400,000 soldiers that lay to rest there, and we went to Section 60, which is primarily soldiers that were killed in Iraq and Afghanistan, and there were even some families up there visiting family members themselves.
One of those families was that of Army Sergeant Alexander J. Bennett, a soldier Davis Peltonen selected. Davis met his brother.
He didn't really talk much about his brother. I told him, you know, what we were doing, but he just told me to enjoy high school. Told me it was the best times of his life and to really take advantage of every opportunity. It'll be something I probably won't ever forget.
You know, being a Gold Star family is a tough situation, and I think they find some relief knowing that a football team in Virginia is thinking about their son while they play ball.
At the end of the season, a soldier tribute game pays one final salute to soldiers fallen, to family, to friends, to a brother killed 12 years ago.
I've continued to make a promise and keep a promise to him that I made when he was killed, is that I was going to use the game of football to help keep his memory around.
To be there on that Friday night and you see the motorcycles come out and you see the big American flag hanging there, it's a tearjerker. I still cry at every military tribute game. I cry.
You're not promised anything in sports. You know, there's going to be years where you win a lot of football games, and there's going to be years that you don't have a ton of success on the field. But our kids leave here, they understand that life is extremely precious and sometimes short. They also understand that one act, one thing like a tribute on a Friday night football game can touch so many lives.
You know, the one thing about that chain you saw one of the players wearing, that link they pulled out of the monument dedicated to Bucky Anderson, that link is representative of the player they're playing for that night. And I had a player tell me he feels so close to that veteran when he wears that neck.
Wow.
Such a great lesson both on and off the field.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Andrew.
Well, still to come here at 11.